Hi everyone, thanks for joining us the tutorial, and thanks Alex for the introduction of unsupervised animation objects. My name is Jen, and I work in the creative vision team of Snap Research. I will introduce some recent works on the supervised and few-shot human body animation and retargeting. Motion retargeting, or human animation, aims to transfer the motion from one person to another so that we can have a synthesized video showing a target person mimics the motion from a source video. For the paper named Everybody Dance Now that published in ICCV 2019, it shows a method to generate realistic videos of a target person. The paper first collects training videos of a target person, which is the person performing different motions, then trains the neural network that generates images by conditioning on poses. The poses are obtained by using an off-the-shelf pose detection network, which is OpenPose. During the inference time, the paper uses the pose from source videos as the input to the pre-trained network to synthesize images. Here are the synthesized videos. As we can see, the method can generate videos with pretty good quality. Due to the domain gap between the poses in training video and poses from the source videos, the generated image might not have good image quality if the poses that drive the target person are different from the training poses. For the work, motion transfer from poses in the wild, the paper proposes to include in the wild poses to improve the generalizability of the network. Due to there is no paired data for in the wild poses, the paper uses a discriminator to map the distribution between the real images and the generated images from in the wild poses. Additionally, the paper uses a two-stage network to improve the image quality, where the input to the second network is the image generated from the first stage. Some pose augmentation methods, such as stretching or shortening limbs, are also introduced to further help the training of the network, so that the network can handle input poses when the estimated poses from the pose detection networks are not accurate. In the next slide, we will show the results generated by the methods to synthesize dancing videos. The person on the left and the person on the right are generated to perform the same dance motion as the person in the middle. The mentioned two methods, though can generate high fidelity images, still have some limitations. The methods can only train personalized models, such that one model can only generate videos for one specific person. Therefore, the scalability of such methods is rather limited. For example, in order to generate videos for different people, we need to train different networks for each people. Also, the methods require long training video from a target person to help train a good neural network. Obtaining long videos, such as videos with 20 minutes from a person, is also not an easy task. To solve those limitations, another research direction aims to use only one or few images to solve the problem. The advantage is that only one model is required to generate motion retargeting videos for arbitrary persons. However, Compared with the personalized models, the generated images or videos usually have low image or video quality. The work Fewshot Video-to-Video Synthesize, published in Europe's 2019, uses one or a few images to transfer the motion from source videos to a target person. The Fewshot Video-to-Video is built upon the previous work, which is video-to-video. Video-to-video can only do personalized motion transfer, where Fewshot Video-to-Video can do motion transfer for arbitrary persons. The Fewshot Video-to-Video use human pose and images as inputs for training, and introduces await generation modules that maps the input samples to part of the network widths for synthesis and generation. Here are the results generated by this Fewshot video-to-video paper. As we can see, although using only one image from each person, this work can generate videos with pretty good quality for the challenging poses. Another work named FlowGuided Transformable Bottleneck Networks for Motion Retargeting aims to model human as an implicit volumetric representation without standard 3D human body modeling techniques, so that the volume can be spatially manipulated by the volumetric flow fields. In this work, we want to attain more flexible and expressive modeling power by exploiting a representation that allows for 3D modeling and manipulation. And yet, we want to do this fully implicit, such that it can be fully learned, even though we use no explicit ground truth 3D information such as meshes or voxel grids and supervision. This work is accepted to CVPR 2021. The image shows the overall framework, and we will introduce more details of the work in the following slides. Given reference images from a target person, we extract implicit volumetric representations and multi-scales using our 2D 3D encoder. The 2D 3D encoder includes 2D and 3D convolutional layers. Also, we get the volumetric representations at 3 different scales, such that the 3 volumes have different spatial size. The multi-scale resolution bottlenecks can help increase the fine-scale fidelity of the synthesized images and video, while retaining the global structure of the target subject. Our flow network computes the 3D warping field used to warp its representations from the canonical pose to the target pose, which can help us to integrate the information from multiple reference images of the target person. For the reference images, we use the pose from the first image as the canonical pose, and align volumetric features from other reference images to the first image by using 3D warping fields. The volumes from the reference images are then aggregated to one set of multi-scale volumes. Similarly, we use 3D warping fields to warp the volume to the target pose. Our 3D 2D decoder then generates the subject in the target pose using the multi-scale volume features. We apply transformation, such as rotations, to synthesize novel views of the subject in this pose. Transformation is applied to every scale of the volumetric representations. We also use an occupancy decoder to get the segmentation mask from the volumes. The occupancy decoder improves the bottleneck spatial disentanglement and thus allow us for better motion retargeting. It computes an occupancy volume used to indicate which regions of the volume are occupied by the subject, which is then decoded into a 2D foreground segmentation mask. During the training time, we apply 3 different kinds of supervision. The first one is the retargeting supervision. We use a conditional discriminator to determine whether the generated image is real or fake. We also apply perceptual loss and reconstruction loss to minimize the difference between the generated image and the real image, as shown in the red rectangle in the figure. Second, we use the foreground masks so that we can better supervise the implicit 3D representation modeling. We use a L1 loss for the mask supervision. Considering we have multi-scale bottlenecks in our architecture, we apply multiple occupancy decoders to get the mask from each of the bottlenecks. We further introduce an unsupervised training technique to help the network learn implicit volumetric representations for the encoded subject with appropriate spatial structure. Specifically, we apply a random rotation around the vertical axis of the volume to the encoded bottleneck and enforce the corresponding synthesized image to be indistinguishable from the ground truth views. However, since there is no multi-view images and no ground truth image corresponding to each random rigid transformation, we introduce a discriminator to match the distribution between real images and fake images in an unsupervised manner. We validate our methods on 2 datasets, a person dataset and a YouTube dancing dataset collected by us. We show better performance than previous methods as we can achieve higher SSIM, lower LPIPS, and lower FID. Here are the synthesized videos on the iPerson dataset. The leftmost column shows the reference images. The topmost row shows the driving videos. By using only one image, we can generate videos that has the same motion as the driving videos. For this video, we also use the leftmost column shows the reference images, and the topmost row shows the driving videos. The driving videos are from the YouTube dancing dataset. The reference images are from the iPerson and the YouTube dancing dataset. Similarly, we can get good generation results by using only one image. Thanks for joining this session. In the next session, we will have them to introduce the representations for modeling human bodies. Thank you.